Hey, what are we going to talk about today? Well, as you probably already know, Big's out in the yard again today. And today, I decided was going to be a day, maybe I'm going to ruffle a couple of feathers. I'm sure there'll be some people that'll agree, maybe a few that won't. But we're going to give it a try anyway. What are we going to talk about today? NASCAR. You know, as a young man in high school, I always thought it'd be so cool to drive Grand National stock car. Because back in my day, I mean, that was even before, I think that was even before Winston Cup. You know, they banned Winston from advertising because they were a tobacco company. They don't allow that anymore, but boy, that was something I wanted to do. I wanted to drive me one of them stock cars. Oh, I always thought it was so cool, you know. But sometimes life doesn't present certain opportunities, so you play the hand you're dealt. Well, from what I've been seeing on the news and whatnot lately, podcasts and whatnot, NASCAR has been dealing a few hands, and well, I'm not gonna say NASCAR is woke. I will not say that. But I know you're all familiar with the expression, go woke, go broke. And there are some very big similarities between NASCAR, Cracker Barrel, Bud Light, which I used to drink, by the way. You know, I was a season ticket holder at Joliet Speedway, Joliet, Illinois, from day one. Hell, I'm still on the NASCAR mailing list. I guess they're going back there in 26. I doubt I'll be there. But even though I'm not going to say NASCAR has gone woke, because they haven't, they have done something very similar to Cracker Barrel and Bud Light. You know what that is? Annihilate more and more of their customer base, which in NASCAR's case, it's the fan base. Now, there's all this talk now about like Team 2311 gonna lose their charter. I think, now you can quote me if I'm wrong, I think Front Row Motorsports was also involved in that lawsuit that came up. And I understand the lawsuit. You know, NASCAR had a really big chance a couple years ago to put things back on track and get the fan base back. Of course, you have to remove your head out of your butt and see daylight to do that. What am I talking about? What is Biggs talking about? Well, you know, if you remember, just a few short years ago, and I'm gonna back this up before I get into this. You know, I do realize once all the EPA gas mileage nonsense came out, everything was front wheel drive, 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder. All right, NASCAR had to do a little something in there, okay. But they missed a prime opportunity which would have brought a lot of fans back to the sport. Oh, and by the way, get rid of them damn stages. Somebody thought that was a good idea. Of course, somebody thought having a trans person as a spokesperson for Bud Light was a good idea too. Where am I going here? Remember a few years back, you could get a V8 Mustang, a V8 Challenger or Charger, and a V8 Camaro. 3 major automotive brands. You could have got things back to a real and genuine stock car, V8 rear-wheel drive platform, which would have brought a lot of fans back to the sport. And you didn't do it. Whose fault is that? Is it the France family? I don't know. Is it the NASCAR board of directors? I don't know. It's probably a combination of a whole bunch of things on NASCAR's end. And now, with the supposed upcoming of losing charters, now you're gonna annihilate even more fans. Now, how certain people feel about certain drivers, I'm not about to get into all that. I like more drivers than I dislike, and believe me, there are some I don't care for. Now, I don't wish them any ill will. I just don't want them to win. But let's take a look at it this way, you know. How many fans does Michael Jordan have? A lot more than you're ever going to have on a one-to-one level. Nobody likes NASCAR because of the France family. That's not why they go to a racetrack, you know. But now you're talking about you're gonna cut those charters out. Well, let's just pee off a bunch of more people and have them not watching the sport. I mean, you know, yeah, I don't know if you watch any of it on TV at all. I do see it on occasion here and there. You ever notice all the racetracks where they used to have seats, and now that's just covered over with advertising? So when they do have people in the stands and the camera pans over, it looks like there's a lot of people there. Heck, I can remember first couple races at Joliet. It was packed. But little by little, the stupid stuff started. Now, it's not up to me to tell you what sport to follow, or it's not up to me to tell the France family and the board what to do with their business. But seeing I've been in business for over 40 years, one of the key factors of business: don't annihilate your customer base. That's all I got for today.